Just thinking of all of those very important judges. Yeah. hmm That ordered all those mental health evaluations, Superior Court judges. Yeah. Without actually talking to the respondent. Always taking the side of one side or the other. Yes. I'm going to want to know who you are. There seems to be some judges that a lot of us don't think of. Yes. The international trade shall be near official duty station of the judges. Yeah. The Chief Justice of the United States, Justice of Supreme Court, the judges of the United States Appellate Court. Yeah. And then there's the judges of the Court of International Trade. Yeah. I'd like to know who they are. Then the official duty station of each district judge should be that place where district court holds regular sessions. Yeah. At or near the judge performs a substantial portion of his judicial work. Yeah. Which is nearest the place where he maintains his actual abode. Oh. And then the official duty station of a circuit court judge should be that place where the circuit or district court holds regular sessions at or near the judge performs a substantial portion. Yeah. hmm Now, there's the official duty station of a retired judge shall be established in accordance with Section 374 of this title. Yeah. Could you get me every retired judge in the United States? Ooch. As well as the retired justices of each and every state? Yeah. Circuit court or district court judges, and then shall note director of the administrative office of the United States courts in writing. Yeah. I'm going to want to know the employees that work there. Yeah. Of his actual abode and official duty station upon his appointment. And from time to time thereafter, as his official duty station may change. Yes. Now we have that word time from time. Yes. It's in the Constitution. Yes. That the Congress may from time to time reestablish or establish new courts depending upon the needs of the nation. Yes. Well, here it is. Yes. The judicial branch. Yeah. From time to time ordain and establish. Oh. Article number 3, section 1. Yes. It has the same wording. Yes. Time to time. Yeah. From time to time. Yeah. Well, what is this here? Oh, the traveling expenses of justices and judges. Yeah. Official duties, Title 28, the judiciary and judicial procedure. Now, there's been a lot of concern about my dislike of the judicial system of the United States. Yeah. And then there's the question of the actual laws. I had mentioned that I dislike a nation that refuses to enforce their laws. Yeah. I've learned a lot about the law and how I'm going to make some changes in the nation. See, the judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court, yep, and in such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time ordain and establish. Yep. The judges, both of the behavior, both of the Supreme and inferior courts, shall hold their offices during good behavior. Yes. Now, this good behavior, yeah, I would think it's bad behavior to order any mental health evaluations. Yes. And the treatment required for any individual that is not actually having or does not have, has no evidence of, there is no possibility. Yeah. That they're schizophrenic, they're hearing various voices, and they have multiple personalities. They're bipolar. They have the full spectrum. Yeah. Everything's hunky dory one minute, and the next minute they're about ready to commit the ultimate sinful offense. And then there's that persecution. And they're receiving for their service what is known as some sort of compensation. Yeah. Where'd you get your paycheck from? The United States Treasury and myself are going to have a very nice relationship when I'm able to use the courts. Yes. See, quite often they say, Paul, we don't want you involved in any of the decision making. Yeah. A lot of the federal employees of the United States government, they like to tell the Treasury what they're going to pay for. They call it appropriations, but really what it is a kind of a politics. Yeah. Where they say, well, In the United States Department of Defense, we're going to need $750 billion this year to cover all the expenses of defending this nation and the rest of the world. And I'm like, why don't you ask me? Exactly what are you going to spend that money on? I was just explaining my whole idea of parenting as a father. Yeah. Sometimes I'll say, why don't I think about it? It doesn't mean no. I just wanted to think about you spending that $750 billion. Huh? Oh. Now, how much of that is the actual expense of the employees of the Department of Defense and the military? Yeah, $100 billion. Yep. And new armaments, exactly how much is that going to be? Yep. $300 billion. And the other $350 billion? Yeah. You going to fix up some bases, are you? Why don't you just break it down to me exactly how your plan. Well, just ask me real nice. Yeah, Paul, we like you to volunteer in the military. I'm like, I don't know right now. I think I should think about it. Now, sometimes you have a long thought about exactly what you're spending. Yes. And quite often I'm like, no, I don't think you're going to do it. And they'll say, no, I'm telling you, we're going to spend that money. I'm like, no, I don't think you are. And they'll probably disagree with me. They'll stand there for half an hour trying to convince me of the absolute need of buying whatever it is that they want to purchase. Yes. And then maybe I'll mention, well, I decided we're gonna ordain a new judicial system in the United States where any judge that orders a mental health evaluation and treatment, if recommended, yeah, is recommended, is a requirement of custody and contact with the children of the citizens of this great nation. I decided that any judge that does that without having at least a 30-minute conversation with the respondent or the accused will be put in prison. Now, let's say the Congress disagrees with me. Yes, yes, they do. I'm sitting there watching television. Yeah. And they're like, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to ordain from time to time a new court system that any judge that orders any mental health evaluation is required by law. Yes. To have a half an hour conversation with the accused or the respondent in any court proceeding of this.